Welcome to the Manuchehri Show, where energy and medicine meet. I will be your host for the next hour. I have over 19 years of healthcare experience and began my career as an energy medicine practitioner while working as an oncology nurse at a Seattle area hospital. My skill in moving energy combined with my medical background have been a catalyst for change in many people's lives. I hope the next hour will be transformative for you as well. Good morning and welcome to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are live here in really stunning, gorgeous weather. Charles and I went on 3 walks yesterday. And
wow.
I know, 3.
Like marathoners.
Well, in the neighborhood. So,
still.
Yeah, I know. And
you're logging them in.
I know, it's so great because it's just so pretty right now and it hasn't been that cold. I mean, the mornings are still a little chilly, but this morning was lovely.
We might hit 60 today.
Wow.
I know.
I'm like, wow.
I know.
So someone gave me this beautiful dog collar that lights up. So we went on a little
For
walk.
Charles.
For Charles.
Just making sure.
Yeah, for Charles. So we went on a little walk, with his light up dog collar, last night. Yeah, super fun. Yeah.
Any more description of it? I mean, you might want to match Charles.
It's blue. No.
Why?
No. I don't know. It's like these
parents love their children.
Yeah, I love my child, but I'm not wearing a dog collar. No. I mean, I prefer diamonds versus plastic and light bulbs. Okay, so just so you know. Yeah, I prefer that. That's my preference.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you?
I know. I'm kind of like sneaking in a breakfast.
No, that's
coffee.
fine because every time you talk, I could hear it. I'm like, okay, now
sound, right?
Well, we've been having a few little like staticky things in the studio this morning, so I'm like, is that
that's
back?
my breakfast snack.
I thought I fixed it.
I held up the line a little bit in the coffee. The station here is really lovely. They have quite a bit of food and a coffee machine. You can get hot chocolate. I got like decaf mocha something.
Oh, we got you taken care of.
Yes, but I felt a little bad because there was already people in there, and I said, and I put my cup over. I know they were very sweet, but they were going to run late for a meeting because I
think they can be a few minutes late for their meeting. Rather, I don't want you to be late on the air. Okay?
Yeah.
I think priorities,
I think it's
priorities.
okay. I think this one guy, he offered to take this one lady's coffee into her meeting for her, and I go, would you please? I'll feel so much better if you do. So anyway, maybe we need another coffee machine in there.
Yeah, you could talk to the big
Good luck
bosses
on that
about
one, right?
Try to find budget room for that.
Yeah.
Here's what you need to do next. Just say, I'm with Benny.
No, everyone
might
was
move up to the front of the line.
No, everyone, I kind of barged in. That was I wasn't paying attention.
I got pull.
You got pull?
I have pull here.
Oh, which, by the way, how did Halloween end?
Oh, my God. Are you going to ever bring that up?
What happened?
Oh, stop, please.
Did you win again?
Did.
Oh,
Repeat.
my gosh.
What?
Yeah, he won.
I did.
So for our listening audience who maybe this is your first time listening to the show, Lisa and myself, we drive into the radio station. So there's a bunch of stations. I mean, how many stations are here?
5 total. 4 other than you, obviously.
Okay, 4 other than me.
Math.
And there's a country music station. There used to be my favorite, a jazz station, which is gone. Which is so disappointing still.
I'm
but
sorry.
Thank you.
I accept full responsibilities.
No, that has nothing to do with you.
Right, it does nothing to do with me.
Every Halloween, they have a huge Halloween costume
The company
party.
does. Hubbard Radio does, yeah.
Right.
And we go pretty all out for it. We got some cash prizes involved. And as of last year, I was a back-to-back winner for the Halloween costume contest. And now I'm a 3-peat winner.
Wow.
Boom. Crushed it. Knocked it out.
We're really proud of you, Benny.
Right there,
it
the way it works.
Very creative costume.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was the Claw. So you can see these games at amusement parks or rides or whatever. And in the grocery stores, it's, where they grab the little doll out of the thing and kids screaming and yelling for like $1 a pull or whatever. And so I was in the game. So I was like one of the items that you could possibly select.
Oh, I didn't see that part because you didn't. Well, you
that
didn't.
Was the whole point.
Well, I saw it, but I mean, I knew you were going to wear it, but I didn't know you were the prize.
Yeah, you have to win me maybe or other things in there.
Wow!
See what I did there?
Wow! Yeah, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like a dating app.
Oh my
kind
goodness!
Of.
Ding, 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 ding! I can't give it enough. Now you see where I'm going.
He's so creative. I'm telling you, you're very, very creative. This is why you win all the time. Yeah. And we are going to interview someone towards the end of the month who did write a book about dating offline. So that'll be very interesting. I met her because on Monday, I'm so confused because I didn't see clients on Monday. I flew out Sunday, went to Portland and was on the air on AM Northwest.
I saw some of the clips online.
Oh, thank you.
Did a great job.
Thank you so much with one of my favorite friends and people, Tammy. She's a producer for the show, but she takes over for Helen when Helen's traveling. She's the host for AM Northwest. And so, yeah, we got to talk about emotions and body parts, which was really fun. But I met another person who was also interviewed on the show, Camille, and she wrote a book about offline dating. So I'm going to interview her at the end of the month. So that's going to be really fun.
Sweet. So you and I get to grill her.
Yeah, because Benny and I are single.
Maybe I
we
will.
date.
I don't know your
No,
status.
I will.
currently.
No, my status is still single.
As of last week, you got a phone call in the middle of the show.
Well, yeah, no, it wasn't a phone call.
Oh, text, my bad.
I don't know, but yeah, no.
I actually heard that when we re-aired the show on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
I'm still laughing again.
I'm picky. What can I say?
Well, and I just kind of called you out. I didn't mean
you
to,
did.
and I apologize.
I'm like on the air, and
sorry.
I'm. Yeah, you did.
Well, because we have signs in the studio saying, no, keep the phones quiet.
Yeah, I know, and my phone is. I have to fix it. There's something I'm not paying attention
priorities are coming through.
Okay, we have a lot of people who want to chat us up. So, but if you want to look at that clip from AM Northwest, it is in the bio on my Instagram. So you can go to my Instagram, which is Marie Manuchehri. I'm pretty sure is my handle.
Yes, we're getting a nod. Yes.
Okay, we're getting a nod. I think too we might have the link on Facebook, but I'm not 1,000% sure, but probably. So go ahead and check that out too. Or you can go to AM Northwest K2 KUTA is the television station. Their letters, and you can watch Tammy and I or anyone else that was that's interviewed on their show. It's a really, really fun show, and they do a lovely job interviewing lots of people.
Perfect.
Okay.
And we welcome back Lisa. She's
back. She was gone last week. She was actually at her daughter's Halloween party for school.
Aww.
Very important, rite of passage.
Perfect.
So she's back in the studio. Okay, who do we have?
Yep. If you'd like to join us for the Marie Manuchehri Show, if you're just tuning in, 877-825-8828 is the number for the show. And then we have, starting things off, Robin calling in from South Cali. That's what I put. It's California.
Great.
Short things up for this morning. So, Robin, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Robin. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Oh, wonderful. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm calling because I was wondering about how I'm doing with my third eye.
Okay.
How I'm doing in general.
Okay. Is this your first time calling into the show, or have you called in before?
No, you've helped me many times, and I really appreciate it.
I'm so grateful it's helpful. That's just lovely. Okay, so the front of your third eye is actually quite distinctive. In other words, there's lots of grid lines that are making up this vortex, and that's where information is translated. But my overall sense when I'm reading your energy is that you still rely too much on your thinking brain.
Oh, okay.
Would you say that's true?
I took a numerology class, and I just felt like it did something. I had like a headache, and my head was all congested, and I didn't know if I actually got a cold or a sinus thing or something on top of it or something. I don't know, but it's just something that my head just hasn't been clear since I've taken that class.
Well, it may not, that could have been just a coincidence, not a synchronicity. I think you have this tendency to be in your brain and think and analyze. And it makes sense because a lot of people go, well, my third eye is in my brain. So why wouldn't I want to be in my third eye to activate my intuition? But it actually doesn't work that way. It's like you have to leave your mind alone, go rest in other parts of your body, hopefully someplace south, like from the hips on down. You can even rest in your feet, which is actually a wonderful place to have people ground and connect with. And it's far away from the mind that we can give ourselves some space so we can actually start to feel and experience our intuitive sense. And the intuitive sense is extremely gray. There's so many things that I have currently in my life that and that I've experienced that I would have never experienced if it wasn't for my intuition, even getting divorced, because I knew logically it wasn't a good match. And I even wanted out of the marriage even. And I find it's interesting that we're talking about relationships right now. I'm not sure why, but it might have something to do with you. We'll find out.
It was probably me.
Oh, you? Really?
Well, we talked about it in the beginning of the show.
Oh, this
so
is
we're drifting
true.
over.
Yeah, but I've been divorced for like 18 years, kind of a long time, So at any rate, but it wasn't until my intuition kicked in that I had complete clarity about how there was no way the marriage was going to be a place where I could flourish and really be my best self. And prior to that, because you're highly empathetic, by the way, which is wonderful. To be empathetic is gorgeous. It's this beautiful old soul rite of passage where you just have enormous compassion for everyone. And so a lot of times empathic people can even see the the potential of another being, because everyone is fabulous inside of themselves and has incredible potential, but not everybody's living their potential. And some people never will live their potential in this current lifetime. And it actually doesn't matter if they do or they don't. Like you don't win a award or lose anything, regardless of what you do. It's all about having experiences. So I think there's fear for you about really feeling your authentic emotions, which is where real intuition lies. And the authentic emotional body for every human being is outside of their physical form. It's in their aura, about a foot away from your body. So I want you to practice getting out of your head and resting in your feet and getting curious about your auric field, and even maybe using the what if question. What if I'm feeling my emotions right now, my real emotions?
Oh, okay. That sounds great.
Okay?
That sounds great. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
All right, thanks very much for calling in, Robin. It's, look here, 877-825-8828 is the number. We'll take now Emma and Chris calling in from Virginia. Hi.
Oh, Virginia.
Hello.
Hello. I love Virginia. Hi. Oh, we got two people on the line. That's what you said. Okay. Okay, guys, what do you want? This is a newbie for me, by the way. I don't think I've had two people.
I've listened to a lot of yours, and I don't think a couple's ever called in.
Well, and so you guys are a couple. Lovely. Lovely to have you.
Yes, you've helped us the past couple months. You've helped us individually, and we wanted to just call and say thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm so happy. I'm thrilled.
Yes.
Okay, you guys. Yes. So what's the question? The couples. I'm drawing up two forms of energy.
We were wondering about past lives.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys have a child?
We don't.
Okay. So how long have you guys been together?
We've been together for 5 years, but we've been married for 1.5 now.
Oh, congratulations. Are you going to have kids? Is this something you've talked about, or you know which direction you're going to go in? Because, not everybody is thrilled about having children these days. So
I think that's something we're looking forward to in the future.
Okay, great, because this is the deal. The child that you produce is the lifetime that you've shared together. So I don't think that the two of you have had a lifetime on Earth together. That's what I'm hearing. I do think you're from the same soul pod. So you know each other on the other side, and those are lifetimes too, but it's very, very different. Like there's no death. It's not like, but there's plenty of time. So you're the same soul age. You come from the same soul pod, but your firstborn child, if indeed you choose to have children, which is completely up to you, it's not a requirement. You each have had a lifetime on Earth with the child, but not all of three of you together.
What? That's crazy.
So, and again, you don't have to have a kid, and I wouldn't make a past life thing a reason to have a child because they never go away. I'm telling you, my kids are all in their 30s, and I'm still.
Mine don't either, and I got twins.
And I'm still feel like happily I love my children, but I'm like, it's not like when I was young. I moved out when I was like 20, got married, and never came back. Not that my kids have moved in, but it's a totally different thing. So yeah, you guys are. This is a reason why you get along so well, and you have so much in common, and you see the world so beautifully in a similar way, is because you're from the same soul pod. So soul pods are determined based on soul age and consciousness, because those two things don't always go together, because people grow consciously at different rates, right? But so the soul pod is where a collective group of conscious people come together who have a similar awareness, and they live together on the other side and connect with each other and help each other even determine where they might, if they decide to reincarnate, to have other lifetime experiences in other dimensions. It's a fascinating.
So was our child in the same soul pod as us?
I don't think so. I actually think that your child is even more evolved than you guys. And
awesome.
So, which is great. Yeah. So
our teacher.
Yeah, right. Kids typically are, but even a younger soul can be a teacher for tolerance or letting go of judgment, right? For old souls, right? So, but again, you have had lifetimes with the child on Earth individually, but not all three of you together.
Can you tell us any specifics about that?
Oh, about the previous lifetimes? Well, let's see. From what I can see, I can actually see the child, their lifetimes, a lot of scholar type lifetimes. So like professor or helped produce some of the first universities. So a lot of academia is around that. So maybe you guys were students, or because your child also had a lot of independent lifetimes where they didn't actually have a family or raise kids. I'm sure they had those as well, but that's not what I'm looking at or seeing. So perhaps, or you could have been a niece or a nephew or an uncle or an aunt. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All righty.
You so
You're
much.
welcome. Cool
So
question.
beautiful. Wow.
Have a gorgeous day.
So much hope. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Have a lovely day in Virginia.
You know, it's nice when you mentioned the whole baby thing. She got I know they both looked at each other as soon as you said that. And they're like, you know what we got to do.
But not too soon.
No, right. But I think that now the wheels are going to,
like who is that creature that's going to come into our lives? And
I think it's great.
Yeah. I mean, I of course don't regret having children. I love having kids, but I'm just saying, okay, it's still a lot of work. It just never goes away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take our first break of the hour, and we'll be right back with more from Marie.
I feel glorious, glorious. Got a chance to start again. I was born for this, born for this. It's who I am. How could I forget? I made it through the
Communicating with our loved ones living on the other side is a normal process that we were all meant to do. The other side vibrates on a high energetic vibration, as do all the beings, including your spirit guides living on the other side. Join Marie for a 2-day workshop, November 9th and 10th, as you learn the necessary tools to increase your energetic vibration, allowing you to hear, see, and feel those living in the spirit world. Go to energyintuitive.com for more information about the workshop.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover guitar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
It's time that you are heard, and I don't mean in just a conversation. I mean really heard. Imagine hosting your very own radio program on Alternative Talk 1150. Talk about being heard. Call 425-653-1150 right now to learn how affordable it can be to host your own radio show. Time slots are going fast, so take hold of this chance by dialing 425-653-1150. Alternative Talk, we have an opportunity waiting just for you.
Hi, this is Marie Manuchehri, and I'm excited to teach a new online course this November 13th and 20th, between 7 and 8:30 p.m., Fear, the Last Frontier. It's amazing how the human population on Earth is terrified, worried, scared about everything, and that fear, this very limited vibration, paralyzes us from expanding into our wonderfulness, our amazingness, our magnificence that we all deserve and strive for. During this 2-part course, I will explain the true origins of fear and its limitations here for all of us in human form, and how to work with fear-driven ego to authentically empower ourselves beyond perceived restrictions. I'm so looking forward to you joining me this November while we fully embrace and manifest all that we truly desire. For more information, go to energyintuitive.com.
Alternative Talk 1150, online at 1150kknw.com.
And and welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We are live here in really gorgeous fall weather, Seattle. We hope wherever you are in the world that you're enjoying your outdoors as well, or wearing raincoats or snowsuits or a bikini, depending on where you are in the world. We hope that you're enjoying nature because, that's a fantastic way to connect. Get out of your head, rest in your body, connect to the wisdom of trees and plant life and snow and rain and, get your groove on.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we're also, I do have an online course coming up next Wednesday night. It's a 2-part course, Fear, the Last Frontier, how to really let go of fear and not let it run your life. I'm excited for that. It's an hour and a half each Wednesday evening. You can go to energyintuitive.com and find out about that. And this weekend, I'm teaching Beyond the Veil, 2-part course. We do have some room in that class. It is a small class. So if you're hoping to take a small class, well, this is it. This Saturday and Sunday. Again, you can go to energyintuitive.com and learn how to communicate with the other side, whether that would be loved ones that have passed over, your spirit guides, your higher self, creation. We're going to be spending 2 beautiful days practicing the techniques and learning kind of the science behind connecting to the multisensory world. I hope you can join me. energyintuitive.com.
Perfect. And 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. And we'll take now, I believe it's Zedekias.
Oh, cool name.
From California. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes. Hi. How are you guys?
Hi. Great. How are you?
Yes. Thank you. Very good. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course. What can I do for you?
So I'm trying to expand to Los Angeles in my business, and it's been going well. I just want to take your take on it. My family's kind of worried.
Oh, really?
If I'm making the right call.
Okay. So this is your own company that you own?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And you started it yourself and grew it, correct?
Yes.
So why don't they believe you?
I don't know, and I always prove them wrong. I always, delivered, but I guess because we're competitive, and I'm a competitive person.
Yeah, so that's great.
I don't care, yeah.
Well, but here's the issue. Here's the real. And are you talking about wife and children, or parents and siblings? Who's the family?
Well, yeah, my mother, my kids. Yeah, they're skeptical. They're worried. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal, and I'm so sorry to tell you this. I mean, hopefully it'll make sense, but they just don't listen to you. They don't.
Yeah. They're not.
So sometimes what needs to happen. Like my family of origin, meaning my siblings, other than one sibling, and my mother, they don't listen to me and they don't believe me.
Right.
They told me not my brother, but my mom, don't ever get a divorce. It'll be the worst decision in your life. Okay, the best decision I made at that time in my life and has proved to, and starting my own business, don't do that. You'll lose the house. You won't be able to afford insurance and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally opposite experience. I make way more money than I did as a registered nurse, which is a great job. So what I'm trying to say is they just they're not as evolved as you are.
That's true.
Okay. So I think you need to stop making them your first group of people that you bounce off your next steps to. Because they're your go-to, because you love them so much. And I want you to keep loving them and cherishing and adoring them and all of that. Maybe not spoiling them as much. Until they start listening to you or saying, geez, you know what, we should listen to you because you're always right and we're wrong. We're kind of like the negative nannies here, bringing all this difficult stuff to you and kind of peeing on your parade when you're getting excited to expand and launch. So
that's true.
You probably have other people in your life who are more aware. Make them your first responders so that when you go to your family and go, hey, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, you're already going to be confident enough. You've kind of worked out the kinks or got creative ideas or got more inspired so that when they try to pee on you, you can go, yeah, but it's really incredibly working well. And I just need you guys to be positive.
And it has been. It's funny you say that. It has been.
I know.
Yeah, they're kind of surprised too, but they don't want to really admit it.
I know. That's the other, because I think it's fine to not be accurate about something that someone's going to go forward with and be worried. I mean, I get that. That's the old form of caring. It's not really a healthy vibration for anyone to hold anymore, but it's kind of the old way of doing things. But if you can't admit it, if you can't go, and we were wrong, then that's just disappointing. So please don't make them your go-to. I think you're doing great. I trust you. I think you've got
All
great
right.
ideas. You're creative. I love your ambition. Don't listen to the nilly-nilly people.
All right.
Okay? Promise?
Thank you so much,
You're
guys.
welcome. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks very much for joining us. 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take Gail now, calling in from Hillsboro, Oregon. Hi, Gail.
Ooh.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Gail. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I just want to let you know that I'm a first-time caller, and I did catch your AM Northwest program. And that's why I'm calling. I go, wow, I need to talk to you.
Well, thank you for watching the show. Isn't Tammy lovely? I mean,
she is so much fun. She's so real.
much fun. She really is, and she's just the sweetest. We've become friends over the years because she's invited me on the show many times, which is very kind of her. And so sometimes we get to go out to dinner, and every time we do, people recognize her in Portland and come over and chat with her because she's been on the air for so long. Okay, so what can I do for you?
Well, about 3 years ago, it was a Friday night, and I went to bed like I always do, and Saturday morning, I woke up dizzy, and I since then have been diagnosed with Meniere's disease.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm kind of dealing with this vertigo.
Vertigo. Yeah.
The vertigo and hearing loss and tinnitus and
I think
and
this
all
is
that.
all hormone related, by the way.
It is?
I believe it is. So
okay.
So have you ever seen a naturopath before?
No.
Right. I mean, that long pause would indicate a no. And you live in Oregon where there's a lot of holistic medicine. I think you need to start taking herbs and vitamins to support your adrenal glands. I'm not recommending that you take hormones unless that would pan out. I don't think people need to take, a lot of people don't need to take hormones. I think our body can actually fluctuate and use the hormones that we have to balance out our equilibrium and whatever is going off. And there's also a product that metabolizes, it's all vegetables, but it metabolizes poor estrogen, or what we consider not very healthy estrogen, which sometimes happens too as we move through different stages of life. So I think it would be great if you saw a naturopathic physician. And the conventional medicine hasn't been that helpful for you anyway, right?
No.
So
not at all.
Start asking around in your neighborhood about who is a good naturopath. I would wait to hear the same name 2 to 3 times. That's always a good indicator, like, oh, I'm going to go see this person. And in your state, they're licensed physicians. So naturopathic physicians, they literally go to medical school. And you have an excellent naturopathic university in Portland as well. And they can prescribe medication just like regular doctors, even for like Meniere's disease. The only things they can't describe that I'm aware of are like scheduled 2 narcotics and chemotherapy. So they're real doctors, but they understand the biology of the human immune system 1,000 times better than the way current modern medicine physicians are educated in medical school.
Right.
So I think feed your adrenal glands and start taking a wonderful product to increase the metabolism of negative estrogen. I think you'll just be perfectly fine.
Negative estrogen.
Yeah.
Okay, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, so like if you saw a naturopath, they would say, there's good estrogen and then there's not the best estrogen. And there's actually, and as we move through different stages of life, like, where I'm at anyway, with menopause, my body is creating sometimes some negative estrogen as well. Younger people can too, but it's just, it's a formula with like Brussels sprouts and spinach in it and lettuce and very high doses that metabolizes unhealthy hormones. Isn't that lovely?
It is. It sounds like a I want to say easy fix, but
no, it's easy. What you're having
is easy.
You're having a hormonal response, and this is you're a great example of, again, the deficiency in modern medicine when it comes to really understanding the cellular power in the human body of the immune system. And it's not because physicians aren't incredibly intelligent people. They are. It's just modern medicine doesn't really believe in the things that holistic medicine believes in. And of course, we need both, right? If we need to have surgery, we need to go to a surgeon and have that procedure taken care of. But in your case, this is very deep on the cellular level. So you need to have somebody who understands the mechanics of the delicacy of what's going on inside your body. Okay?
Okay. Very good.
And I know it's going to be
will do that.
successful. I'm happy for you. And let us know, follow up with us after you've, start to feel better. We'd love to hear about it. Okay?
Thank you so much, Marie.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Gail, for joining us. 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Open lines. Get in now. And Catherine from Federal Way, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, Catherine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm lovely. What can I do for you?
I'm calling because I'm going through a lot of emotional changes happening in my life around me where I feel like I don't have really control of.
Thank gosh.
Yeah. And but at the same time I'm kind of concerned about my heart and my health just because of the emotional changes.
Have you had a history of cardiac disease? Because I don't see it.
No, I haven't.
So why? Okay, but okay. I mean, I get what you're saying because your family has a history of cardiac disease, but you haven't had it. And just because a group of family people have had a genetic tendency towards something, you are very different than your family. Would you agree?
Oh. I am as a person. Definitely.
Yeah, you're very different. And so genetics, at least based on the way I look at energy and the human body, is based on doing the same thing or having a very similar pattern and belief system. And you're like the black sheep of the family in a good way.
You're absolutely right.
Right. So you're not going to have this, you're not going to run your energy in your body in the same pattern that the rest of your family has. So it's not, most likely, in my opinion anyway, it's not going to affect your cardiac function.
Wow.
But you're in a major grief cycle right now, and I think it's really...
Oh, I'm heartbroken.
Yeah. It's actually really healthy for you. Very few people allow themselves to grieve, and it's a way to release stagnation. So here's what I'm going to recommend that you do. Keep letting yourself cry, and just occasionally put your hand on your mid-chest, upper chest, like where the heart chakra is, and just go, and I love you so much, and thank you for taking good care of my body, and I know everything's going great, and I'm just going to cry for a little while, but thank you so much for being so healthy. Just have a little chat with your body so that you feel better, okay?
Okay.
But I think everything's fine, and you just go cry your eyes out because you're changing, like light speed, changing your perception. And when people make significant shifts in their awareness or their consciousness, their reality, they have to grieve who they used to be, and that's what you're grieving, and I think it's extremely powerful.
Okay.
Okay?
And is there anything more that goes with that regarding what's causing my heartbreaking?
So you don't know, like there's not something actually that's happening?
Well, it has happened. It's my daughter and son-in-law and my granddaughter have moved out of state.
Oh, yeah. But, that's kind of a normal thing that people do. I think I'm not saying that the grief isn't a part of that. I think this grief is way bigger than them moving out of state.
Really?
Oh, yeah. This is huge because sometimes families have to do that. Like my middle daughter and her husband live in Oklahoma, and because that's where they need to live to be teachers, right? To teach wheat science and cotton production and the Midwest, so they can teach at universities. So I think this move opened up a valve for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're grieving a whole bunch of other stuff. And you don't have to have the consciousness of what you're grieving. I just want you to spend time crying. You can go visit them all you want, and they'll probably move back eventually.
What?
I said they'll probably return home eventually.
Is that really a possibility?
Oh, yeah, but not now. It's going to take a little while, but yeah, they'll move back, yes.
Oh, my gosh. I don't. They're so sure that they will never move back here.
Yeah, well, whatever. I mean, how many teenagers, and I know they're not teenagers, said, I'm going to go to college across the country. I want to go to school in New York. And then they graduate and go, I'm going to go to school down the road. So they'll come back. But that doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're in a powerful grief cycle and just keep giving yourself the space to cry because you need to do it. It's very healthy for you.
Okay, so it's not just about my granddaughter moving away.
I don't believe so, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's all I think about. Okay.
How about yourself? How about you think about yourself and create a life for you that makes you happy and fulfilled?
Yeah, I do need to do that.
Yes. Too. Okay. Have a lovely day, and thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sorry about that. Say it one more time, Catherine. I'm sorry, I cut you off on accident.
Oh, I was saying you all have a great day as well.
Oh, thank
Thanks.
you.
Sorry about that. Catherine called in from Federal Way. Now we're going to take Kelly calling in from Santa Barbara before our last break of the hour.
Santa Barbara.
Yeah, right?
Okay, that is a place I've always wanted to visit. How's it going there?
Good. Hi, Marie.
Hi,
This is Kelly.
Oh, hi, Kelly. I know you. How are you?
Oh.
Good.
And how's the family?
Oh, we're good. We just have a change upon us. My husband was given 90 days notice yesterday.
Great. I'm so happy you know that because I want you guys to move. I've been wanting you guys to move for a long time.
Yeah, he's feeling really relieved.
Oh, wow.
And I'm feeling a little anxious because I've worked so hard we just started homeschooling this year,
right.
and things are finally working
right.
for my kids and their education, and now I'm like, oh, what's next?
But can't you homeschool wherever you are?
We can. There's some limitations based on where we currently live and what we get from that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I fought with our local school district. So if we move, we don't get that benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly I don't want that to limit
our
growth as a family.
I just wouldn't worry about any of that. I would love for your husband to start looking for, I'm sure he already has, and 90 days was great. I think that's very lovely. I want him to start looking for jobs. You know, there's a state I've been wanting you guys to move to, and that's Oregon. So have him put his feelers out there and have him start looking because I think this is a wonderful time in his life where he can really expand and find an organization that will actually value him even more than he's been valued thus far and treat him because he's so great at his work. I know he's been working on his self-worth because we've talked about that, all of us have. And that should really help him land a great, wonderful job. And even though I see Oregon, just make sure, I know you guys will anyway, look wherever, right?
Yeah.
So
and do you see him staying in the wine industry? And he's talented at that and many other things.
Well, I just know he loves it so much. And
Yeah.
when you have passion for something, that's typically what's in someone's best interest. But if there's other things he wants to explore, I think that's great. But I'm seeing the wine industry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that helps. I knew it in my gut, and it's always nice to talk to you. And
Oh, yeah. And congratulations on the kids doing fabulous with school. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. They're really happy and they're learning.
Yay. Couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Marie.
You're welcome, and congratulations to whatever new pops up for you and your family when you travel to your new residence, wherever that will be.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Kelly, for joining us. 877-825-8828 for the Marie Manuchehri Show. Our last break is here, and now we'll be right back with more from her.
Hi, this is Marie Manuchehri, and I'm excited to teach a new online course this November 13th and 20th, between 7 and 8:30 p.m., Fear, the Last Frontier. It's amazing how the human population on Earth is terrified, worried, scared about everything, and that fear, this very limited vibration, paralyzes us from expanding into our wonderfulness, our amazingness, our magnificence that we all deserve and strive for. During this 2-part course, I will explain the true origins of fear and its limitations here for all of us in human form, and how to work with fear-driven ego to authentically empower ourselves beyond perceived restrictions. I'm so looking forward to you joining me this November while we fully embrace and manifest all that we truly desire. For more information, go to energyintuitive.com.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. She wasn't even really sure where she was at.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Time is funny. Sometimes it seems fast and other times slow. When it comes to time slots remaining on Alternative Talk 1150, time is running out. In fact, there are just a few primetime slots available. So if you want to host your own radio program, the time to call 425-653-1150 is right now. Nope, no time for excuses. Dial 425-653-1150 to find out how affordable it can be to host a radio show. Alternative Talk, we have an opportunity waiting just for you.
Communicating with our loved ones living on the other side is a normal process that we were all meant to do. The other side vibrates on a high energetic vibration, as do all the beings, including your spirit guides living on the other side. Join Marie for a 2-day workshop, November 9th and 10th, as you learn the necessary tools to increase your energetic vibration, allowing you to hear, see, and feel those living in the spirit world. Go to energyintuitive.com for more information about the workshop.
Alternative Talk 1150, here to uplift your day.
And welcome back to the Marie Manuchehri Show. We're live here in really gorgeous, beautiful Seattle. And we're taking people's calls. So who do we have on the phone line?
Yeah, we'll take Kay calling in from Seattle. Hi, Kay.
Hi.
Hi, Kay. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
Good. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm a first-time caller, and I am nervous.
Oh, I
but,
know. I mean, I would be so nervous myself. You should see me when I take a class, or like sometimes we interview people and I want to go watch them speak. I sit in the very back. I don't want anyone to even know that I'm there. So I get it. Okay, great. So what can I do for you?
I'm just kind of looking for a general overall reading, energy reading, and I feel like I'm kind of stuck in what I can do to get unstuck.
Well, I don't think you're stuck. What I think is happening, and this would also be based on the law of physics, is that I think you just keep creating something very, very similar. So it's not exactly the same. Being stuck means nothing's changed. I think you're having little changes, but it's still kind of the same thing. So in saying all of that, it would be important for you to start doing different stuff. You have to, if you want to have a different outcome, you're going to have to make different choices. And right now we're in a really powerful place in terms of releasing, let's say, stagnation, like karmic stagnation of old patterns. And so does that make sense when I'm talking about like you have to do something else?
Yeah, it does. I don't know what it would be.
Okay, so here's a tip. Do you know what things bring you joy?
I've had a hard time identifying that for personally, but mainly it's my kids and my grandkids.
Yeah, so that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness, right? I'm so happy they bring you joy. But it needs to be something that's just personal for you, that isn't about somebody else.
Yeah, and I think it's something that all my life I've been more the caretaker, the putting other people first, and whatever anybody else wanted to do was more what we did. I never really had an opportunity, even as a child, to voice what I wanted.
Well, you have the opportunity now, so you have to start. It would be wonderful if you could start to get curious about that. What am I happy right now? What about now? Am I happy right now? Is this making me happy? Because you need to determine, the factors of life that can bring you the most joy. I had this same problem, by the way, and it was probably the last couple years when I was married to the kid's dad. I started to ask myself, what kind of music do I like to listen to? I mean, because I just liked as long as everyone was happy, I thought I was happy, and I found out that I love jazz, and then I started to go listening to jazz concerts and downloading jazz music, and I still do all those things. So this is about your self-discovery, almost kind of like how your grandchildren are learning things about themselves every single day. It's time for you to just go to school for you and start making a list. Like maybe this weekend, try to find 5 things that you somehow experience that spontaneously light your soul on fire. But you have to go have these experiences first, right, to find out. So you need to start exploring. Do I like this? Does this make me happy? Have you seen the movie The Runaway Bride?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember, she was kind of like that. She would just kind of be a canary or a chameleon, I guess that's the right word.
Right.
And
Could be both.
Yeah, could be both. And merge to whatever her current fiance at the time, what he liked, right? And when she finally was told by Richard Gere that, you know, you don't even know what kind of eggs you like. She had all these eggs made, and she went and tried all of them until she figured out which one she liked on her own, without anyone sitting next to her to influence her energetically. So this also means that on an energetic level, you allow others to influence you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Well, you need to be the sole influencer of your destiny. So I'm going to encourage you to spend this weekend getting curious about what makes you happy, what lights you up. And then if you can discover a few things or even one, incorporate that into your life as much as possible, because that's going to help the joy factor increase, and you'll be able to identify other things that stimulate happiness too.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. And is there anything in my reading or anything about my overall health or any of that stuff?
No, from what I can see, your first chakra and your root chakra are taking in first and seventh, are taking in beautiful energy, and so's your third eye. You don't have a lot of energy moving into the rest of the chakras, but I don't see a leak. So you need to go find some personal happiness and joy.
Great.
Okay.
Hey, thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kay, for joining us. 877-825-8828 is the number for the Marie Manuchehri Show. We'll take now Kelly calling in from Bothell area. Hi, Kelly. Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Of course. What can I do for you?
Well, I am having my third eye surgery next week, and I am
You're having
a little
third eye surgery next week?
Yes.
I want that surgery. What are you talking about?
Well, it started out with cataract surgery.
Oh, okay. So you're having your physical eye surgery. Oh,
Yes.
but it's your third.
It's my third.
Oh, that is so cute.
time.
Yeah, third. So this
So,
is your third cataract surgery?
It's not. So the first one was cataract. The second surgery, they went in and cleared out an area behind the lens that had gotten cloudy that they said happens after cataract surgery sometimes.
Which is odd, but yes, okay.
Yes. And now they're going to do a laser surgery. It's to correct my vision, because my vision is not where I want it to be.
So were your cataracts, what's the term for that? Did they start in infancy? Do you know if your cataract issues were related to?
No.
So they're just
they
normal
didn't.
aging issues.
Right.
Right.
Although I did have them removed younger than, most people wait until they're much older to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I had some changes in my vision that I couldn't explain. And so when I went in and they told me that that's what the problem was, and I was like, okay, well, let's go ahead and do it, because I want my vision to be clear.
Right.
So,
But here's the deal. In my opinion, I think that what you really want is your inner vision to be clear. And you keep thinking that it's your physical vision that needs clarity, but it's your inner vision that needs clarity. That's where the clarity needs to come from. And so you're fighting to create a physical representation of something that is actually internal. Is there any way you can postpone this surgery?
I can.
I mean, you don't
yes.
have to. It's just a suggestion. I'd much rather have you work on seeing yourself more accurately, which means to value and appreciate yourself before you go and have this procedure. I mean, it's a laser, so it's probably pretty simple, but you've already had some issues with relatively simple surgeries. So I would prefer that you take some time, like maybe wait till spring. But you don't have to, right? These are just suggestions.
Sure, right, right.
And see if even your vision improves, if your self-worth improves.
Okay.
And start working on this inner vision. You really want to have more of a multisensory perception of life.
No, it's true. Absolutely true. And I've been working on that for a long, long time.
Okay. So the multi-perception of life is very gray. It's constantly moving, and is nothing like the physical reality. It's very, very different. It's relaxed. It's fun. There's a neutral kind of ambiance to its frequency. So spending time inside and just getting curious about you and loving you could really open up your inner world of knowingness.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I would
Very
recommend.
good. Okay.
Yeah. This is an
Very
exciting
good.
time for you, actually. It's very exciting.
Yeah. And the previous caller, I felt like, that conversation was also meant for me because that's something I've also been working on for a long time.
You know, one of the funny things that makes me joy is the smell of coffee, even though I rarely drink coffee, although today I did have a cup of decaf mocha something out of the machine. But I drink coffee maybe 3 times a year, approximately, maybe 4. But I go to a coffee shop every single day because I love the smell of it. And
I love the smell of coffee as well.
Okay. So choosing to participate in those things that don't make logical sense, like it's not really logical, I'm spending $3 for a cup of tea when I have boxes of tea at home, right?
Right.
And I don't need any special preparation for them. But I do it because it helps me to increase my vibration and keep my frequency in an elevated place, because all the things we want in life vibrate in that higher echelon of joy.
How is my vibration today?
Let me see. I put away your thing. Great. You have energy, except for in your second chakra, which you have a lot of leaking, actually, which is the chakra of joy. But all the rest of your chakras are taking in energy, so that's perfect.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly, for joining us. 877-825-8828 is the number. If you don't get in today, save it for next week.
Yeah, we'll be back. We're here every Thursday at 9 a.m., 9 to 10 here Pacific time. And obviously, we take callers from around the country, sometimes around the world.
We do.
Which is lovely. Who do we have on the phone lines right now?
We'll take David calling in from Bothell. Hi, David.
Hey, how's it going?
Great, David. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Lovely. What can I do for you?
So I had this vision on Saturday night. It was like a very deep vision of me choosing to separate from oneness, and then to separate from my own oneness, and then to separate down into this earth as a creator.
Yeah. Was this awake or asleep?
This is...
This vision. Were you conscious or unconscious?
I was conscious.
Okay.
And so I kind of like just realized, okay, this is what I'm here for. Like I kind of see that, okay, that we are creators on this earth. That we're separating ourselves from oneness to create. So what am I creating? What am I here to do?
Yeah.
And I started to look at what I'm doing. I'm doing music. I'm doing life coaching practice.
Right.
I'm doing this spiritual community that I'm a part of. And I'm loving it all. But the spiritual community part of the job has been a small self of mine, where I've been letting it happen to me instead of letting myself happen to it.
Yeah, you're so smart.
So I'm kind of like going like, you know what? I still think I want to do this, but I think that I need to up my power. Like I think I need to stand on top of it and say what I need and who I am.
Yeah, I think you can do that, but I also think it's time to vacate that part of your life. That's just my personal perception. You have so many cool, wonderful things going on. And when you look at all these cool things that are going on in your life, that one area is not expanding. In fact, it's kind of contracting.
Right.
So that's always a sign, right? The contraction is a sign like, oh, the energy doesn't want to move in this direction. It's not, it's nothing personal. Look at everything from an energetic perception versus a personal perception, because that's how the divine looks at everything. It's energetic. So the energy in that spiritual way that you have participated historically is drying up. It's a sign. Ding, 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 ding. It means go do the other things that are expanding. Allow all the energy you have to move into the direction of expansion.
Right. Okay. I guess I just see like the role as far as like public speaking and care for people and all those things that I could like take off into if I step up into them in there.
Yeah, but do you have to do it in that platform?
I don't know where else to start with that, I guess.
And that's okay. I mean, you never have to do anything I say, right? And you get to do everything in your own timeline and the way that works best for you. You might want to consider, I mean, certainly you could use that platform currently right now, but remember the energy is contracting. Just keep that in mind, right? So how long you'll do that, I'm not sure. But also get curious about where are the other platforms that you could be using. How
Right.
else could you be doing this?
Okay.
So get curious about
Awesome.
that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're
I appreciate it.
welcome. You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, David, for joining us on the show today. And that will do it.
Oh my gosh. And we're sorry we didn't get to a couple of our callers this hour. It goes by so fast. Congratulations again, Benny, for your
Thank you.
Halloween costume.
I showed Lisa.
I saw those pictures. I was
Show the fam.
Yeah, it's
Press your friends.
very impressed. And thank you everyone for listening to the show. I will see a whole bunch of fun people for Beyond the Veil this weekend. And if you want to join us, just go to energyintuitive.com. Bye-bye for now.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of KKNW, its management, or other advertisers.